Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, prayer and worship, an extension of your mind. Prayer and worship, an extension of your mind. We go on doing the prayers, we go on doing the worship, but this is all extension of your understanding, your mind, your conditionings. You say that you are praying to God. You went to the temple to do the prayers, but really the prayer will be it will be an extension of your understanding, your conditioning. It cannot be other than that. It will have the quality of your own understanding, nothing more than that. Each one of you use laptops and computers. On the screen when you open, there are many icons. It may be numbers, it may be pages, it may be Facebook, it may be YouTube, it may be Excel, it may be Word. But these icons, what does these icons represent? Icon represents a window, a door. Through this door, through this window, you can enter into that program. That program has the qualities. Through that program, you can continue to do your work. If you are using an Apple computer and you want to type a letter, you have to go into Pages. If you have to make a table, you have to go to Numbers. If you are using Windows, then you have to go to Word or Excel. But the icon that is there on the computer screen is not the program. It is the device, it is the window, it is the door through which you can enter into that program and do whatever you want to do. Am I right? And the computer uses a language, binary language, which uses 2 digits, 0 and 1. So when Hindus use a particular deity, what does this mean? This deity is not, it is simply a window. It carries you to the program that particular deity or particular God carries within. Just as the icon of Excel takes you to the Excel program, and then you do whatever you need to do in that. This understanding is very easy as far as computer is concerned. because computer does not. Yes, you can have some images, and so based on your conditionings, based on your minds, a Hindu can have a Hindu deity as the screen, or a Muslim accordingly we do, but we do not understand that these deities are like icons. They are not gods. They are simply the icon through which you enter into the program, and whatever you want to do, Excel has a certain qualities. It does a particular kind of work as compared to Windows. There is a parallel in MacBook, in Apple. Instead of Excel, numbers are used. In place of Word, pages are used, but both do the same work. A letter typed on Apple and a typed on Windows, when it is come out printed in PDF format, it has the same quality, depending on what font you are using. And so this is very simple to understand. We must respect those who like the Apple computers. There are others who like Windows. Must respect what people like and what people use. In the same way, everyone is conditioned. You are conditioned to use Apple. Someone is conditioned to use Windows, HP, or any other brand of computer. So you are using Apple. It carries your own qualities. It carries your own understanding. It carries your own likes and dislikes. So in the same way, your prayer will be guided by your own conditionings, your own belief system, your own understanding. And you say that you are going to pray to God. So whatever your quality, whatever your conditioning, whatever your understanding is, that spreads over your prayer. And these likes, dislikes are like the virus. They are like the virus. So your prayer will have the virus that you are carrying within you, that you are a Hindu, you are a worshipper of Shiva or Lakshmi or any other. So you will use that, and then you are told that Tuesday is the day for this, Monday is the day for this. So all those viruses spread over your prayer. Your prayer is your prayer. And in Trinidad it is said that, when someone invites you, he says that it is my prayer, my birthday prayer. And on your birthday prayer, what will be your prayer? What will be the contents of your prayer? It will have your own viruses and when you go to the temple or mosque or church, you leave your virus there. You look at your prayer. You look at your worship. What are you going to ask? Your prayer is nothing else but asking. You will ask only what you are. What is within you? You are looking for a house, you will ask for a house, or for a car, you will ask for this and that. You cannot do anything other than what you are. What is your conditioning? You cannot go beyond that. you have an Apple computer, Apple mind. You want to do, you cannot go beyond the Apple. Now there are systems that is being used that if you have any documents in numbers, you can convert this into Excel and vice versa. It is when you are saying the prayer, we say you are merciful and use so many words like this. What are these? You are trying to impress, trying to invoke the ego, like there are people. If you want to get something done through them, you talk, you are a great man, you are so and so. So the person listens to his prayer, listens to his someone listens to his praises, and he gets moved by this, and he says to you, okay, what you want? And the same principle we apply when it comes to our prayers. You are, in Trinidad we use the word mamagai, or in the other language, in the Indian terminology, we use the word you are buttering, you are praising, and sometimes those praises are meaningless. But all these are the ways and means, like you want to get something done from your son or your wife. You say you are a darling, you are a sweetheart, you are a very loving person, you do this, you do that. Okay, Daddy, what you want? And that is the way we try to do our things. The man is begging, and for begging he is using different methodologies, praising him, and so saying so many things just to convince him that he should decide to give you whatever you need. But the real intention of a man is revealed only after a while. First you are saying that you are benevolent, kind-hearted, whatever words we have in our repertoire we use in our prayers. And the real intention behind all that is revealed just now. Oh God, I don't have a child. Can you do something for me to have a child or a job or something else? I have worshipped you so long. I was not getting the job. Now I felt doubtful. Now another thing happens. We use incense and all these kind of things. Incense, now what is very much customary in Trinidad, we have the incense where the focus is not on the fragrance, instead on the image of the gods and goddesses on the packet of the incense. So if you are doing the Lakshmi Puja or a particular deity's prayer, the priest will tell you to buy that incense which has the picture inscribed, printed on it. What that picture has to do? Incense you are doing to purify the atmosphere, the place where you are doing the puja, so that all the bad smell is removed. So you are doing that. So for that you need a fragrance, whether it is rose, jasmine, lavender, or any other fragrance, but we use. So this is how it is our conditioning. So you are not an innocent. I have heard once Moses was passing through a mountain and he saw a shepherd praying, and he was saying, God, let me come and help you. I will scrub your body and give you a good shower. I will remove all the lice from your head, clean up your body, make it nice and smelling. And all this he was going on because he was a shepherd. He was taking care of the sheep. Sheep sometimes used to have the lice and other things, the hair get blocked and all sort of things. So he cannot understand anything beyond that. Moses heard this prayer. What kind of prayer is that? God and lice? God and dirty? So he went to the man and he said, this is your prayer? Who told you? He said, sir, I don't know anything about the prayer, but this is what I know. So I said, Moses taught him the prayer. And very happily he walked out saying that he had made a person to pray in a correct way. He goes there. A little further he went, a voice he heard, Moses, you have taken away one of my beloved. So Moses got surprised. What it is? What did I do wrong? He said, you take away the prayer from my beloved shepherd. He said, but he was saying this and that and so. So voice said that whatever he was saying, it was out of not any conditioning, not any manipulation. It is the prayer out of his innocence. It was coming out of his innocence. That is what he has known. Very innocently he was saying, and it was an outcome of love. You have to learn prayer from him. A similar incident is in Russian. There was 3 monks, they said that they are 3 fools. They were living on an island and they used to do the prayers. And they had a great name. There was a movie also on me, V3U3, the 3 fools. So the Archbishop came to visit them and they had to cross a river. So the Archbishop said, what is your prayer? So the 3 of them started looking at one another. One said, you say. The next one said, you say. And so then Archbishop said, say whatever you have to say. He said, we are uneducated, we don't know anything. Our prayers are, you are 2, you are 3, we are 3. Have mercy on us. You are 3, Father, Son and Holy Ghost. We are 3. Have mercy on us. He said, this is not the prayer. So he taught him the prayer. And he was very happy that and there is these people. He thought that these people are taking away his business. They are a threat to the archbishops. That's why he came to visit them. When he heard them, the prayers and the prayer that you 3, we 3, have mercy on us, he said, this is no prayer, and this kind of, they are fools, they cannot be a threat to our authority. So teaching them the prayer, the archbishop went back in the boat But then as Archbishop went in his boat to his place, he saw the 3 fools were coming, running on the water, and he said, "Sir, stop it. Whatever you taught us the prayer, we forgot." When Archbishop saw them running on the water, stopped and he said, "Your prayer is accepted. You continue your prayer. We three, have mercy on us." So this is the kind of spontaneously when a prayer comes, then it can have an effect. We must respect one another. You are using Apple computer, Apple technology. Someone is using the Windows. So we must respect. Not that Apple is better than that. Not that Hindu prayer is better than the Muslim prayer or Muslim prayer is better than the other. There is beautiful words in all the prayers. When you have to understand why these particular words are used in a particular sequence to create a meter, to create a rhythm. And it is that which works. It is that which works, and that is why there is a particular meter in which a song or the prayer is composed. It is that meter which is important, not the words. If you can understand the sound alone, then you don't need anything. And so, just as I mentioned, there are so many icons on your computer screen. Each icon is a window to a particular program, and that program has so much of qualities. The program is not, this is how the animated things are there created. You cannot do other than that. You create an animation, and through that animation you say certain things which you cannot say otherwise. So all these Hindu gods and goddesses are nothing else but animations. They are simply the icons through which you enter into the quality. There is an identity that is known as chef. What is his qualities? He is not a god, but he is creative. Because of his creative instincts in a particular field, he is called chef. A particular person, because of his creative understanding, is known as electrician or an auto mechanic or auto electrician. So you are going there. Are you the icon? Are you the auto electrician? No. Yes, I am. Okay, then you mention your problem to him and he solves your problem. So you are, if you are not familiar with what the numbers icon look like, numbers icon looks like in a particular way, the pages icon looks like in a different way, the Excel icon looks in a different way, Waze looks in a different way, Google Map looks in a different way. When you click that, through that window, through that door, you enter into the program and do whatever you need to do. Is there any condemnation about that? No. But when it comes to religion, we condemn the way the other does the worship. Everyone has his own way of dressing. There are people who come to your office. Everyone has a particular way of keeping their hairstyle, their beard, their clothes, their manners, and everything. We have the respect. You must respect that. We are only concerned with the inner qualities, whether this particular person has the capability to perform the job that is given to him. A particular deity that you are praying to, through that you can get your work done. But what are we doing? There is a complaint in your prayers. If there is no complaint, there can be no prayer. If there is no complaint, there is no need of prayer. If you don't, for months, for sometimes for days, you do not look at the particular icon, because that particular icon is needed only because of certain needs. When you are sitting in your office, you don't need the Waze program or the Google map. Only when you are traveling, you are going to a place where you are not familiar with the route, then you use Waze or Google map to direct you in the right direction. So if there is no need, there is no prayer. You do not use many times certain icons which are on your smartphone or a computer because you do not need. But this is how we go on praying. Whenever you go for prayer or worship, there is a complaint, there is allegations, and you use a particular language. You say that I have prayed already, now you are waiting for the result. If this cannot happen through you, then how are you omnipresent, omniscient? We go on praying day and night, but your prayer becomes meaningless. Your words become not the respectful words. Buddha said, remove the prayer. You have been praying for so long and nothing happens. Forget about God. Even your officer, your senior does not, when you go and beg for a loan or for anything, you go to the bank to beg for a loan, and it is not so easy. Prayer means to connect to the God. Nothing joins, but it creates a breakdown. All you need to be full of enthusiasm, full of hope that it will happen. The moment you are positive, you do not feel disheartened, you do not feel depressed, then certainly things will begin to change. Whatever we have, only that we can use. Whatever our capabilities are, we have to use these. Why should we depend on others? You are walking on your own feet. When you walk on your own feet, that only creates your path. You have to make your path. And as you make the path, you reach to your destination. Whenever there are moments, forget all your complaints. Forget all that negativities. No one knows how far the breath will take you. I recall some words of a few of my compositions मेरी सांसें हैं अब इबादत मेरी. My breath is my prayer. Each breath that comes in and that goes out in a combination becomes my prayer. मेरी सांसें हैं अब इबादत मेरी. Why? इन सांसों में बसती है एक रूह. Verily a soul dwells in these breath. गाफिल हो ये सांसें जब झूमती हैं. गाफिल हो ये सांसें. When meditatively this breath moves, a new horizon, a new life dawns on me. I do not recall the exact words, but the beginning is मेरी सांसें हैं अब इबादत मेरी. My breath is my prayer now. इन सांसों में बसती है एक रूह. Verily a soul dwells in these breath. Meditatively, when these breath moves, a melody echoes into my ears. A silence echoes in my ears. गाफिल वो सांसें कानों में शहनाइयाँ सी गूंजती हैं. This pleasant musical sound echoes into my ears. My breath is my prayer. And that is happening each moment. The moment you are aware of the breath coming in and breath going out, a moment of prayer is completed. And slowly your intentions, your vision and everything changes. We should have trust in the existential force and our capabilities. No matter how difficult the time may be, but certainly that too pass. I understand there was a king. He asked his sheikh, give me a message that I can use when I am in a very difficult situation, when there is no solution. So he gave him a ring, and the ring was a stud with a diamond, and under the diamond there was a piece of paper on which the message was written. And the sheikh told him that do not be anxious to see what is written on it. When you have no other choice, you do not have any chance of survival, and only then you look at this. So many times he felt like opening and watching it, but he did not, because the sheikh has cautioned him not to see in an ordinary situation. So it went on, time went on. At times he forgot, but then the moment he looked at the ring, he remembered the messages there contained in it. So his kingdom was attacked by the neighboring king. He lost his kingdom, he lost his palace and everything, and he was running for his life. And as he was running on his horseback, he was hearing the footsteps of the enemy following him. Then he hid himself in the bushes somehow. It was a diversion on the road. So then he found that the fading sound of the enemy receding. He found that there was no choice but to look at the message. He took out the ring, removed the diamond, and opened the paper, what was written. It was written, "This too will pass." This was the message. Can there be any better message than this? No circumstance and situation remains forever like that. A difficult situation comes today. If you have courage, if you have trust, if you have trust, if you have the trust in your own capabilities, you can go through these difficult situations. Many times things like these come in our life, and sometimes we get disappointed, we get almost reached to the lowest ebb, but there is no trust. But the next moment, that difficult situation passes out, but yet still we do not learn that this too will pass. Every difficult situation that comes in life, that passes. Just remember and make this as a message. Whenever difficulties come, this too will pass. This too will pass. And the moment it comes, somewhere or the other, tremendous indomitable energy comes into you to combat that situation. And you come out of that. So this is your prayer, your worship is nothing else but an extension of your own mind, your own conditioning, your understanding, nothing beyond that. We must respect one another and the ways and means of the other, rather than being critical of that and say that my prayer, my way is the correct way. No. As many human beings are, so many ways and means are there for prayer, for worship, for anything. Different chefs make a particular dish differently. They have their own combination of spices and so, but basic remains the same. But the dish finally that comes in, it is known by the same name. We must remember that. Prayer should be an expression of our innerness, expression of our joy, not that of complaints or anything else. Only this much for this morning. Until we meet again, take care and do have a pleasant day.